everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Vision One Media Artist Shoutout. My name is Ella Beth. I'll be your host today. And I've got an artist in here today who I am really excited to hear about her story, about her journey as an artist and a singer, and all about what she does. So without further ado, I'd love to welcome Fancy.
Thank you.
Is Fancy the name that you go by as an artist?
Fancy Face.
Fancy Face?
Yes.
Okay, so that's your artist.
Yes, Fancy Face Music, actually.
Fancy Face Music, okay. Yeah. All right, so why did you decide on Fancy Face?
Well, I was given Fancy when I was a baby.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was my neighbors. They came over and say, hey, I think you have a fancy baby, I think you should name her Fancy. So I just worked with Fancy all my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up in Jamaica, and they call me Mitzi, which is my family name.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I come to America, everyone says, well, we think we like Fancy better. So
yeah,
I start working with Fancy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it too. It suits you. Yeah, it's cool.
Thank you.
So tell me about your musical journey. You grew up in Jamaica.
Yes.
Is that where you grew your love of music? Is that where you discovered it?
The writing part of it. I was writing while I was a teenager. And I start actually doing music when I migrated to America. So as a teenager in Jamaica, I was just writing. And when I come to America, I was like, you know what? I'm just not going to only write anymore. I'm just going to start, singing as well. But singing was always a thing for me because I grew up in a church.
Okay, me too.
So I always sing in the church. But I wanted to take it to another levels because my ideas was always kind of crazy,
Okay.
writing. So I'm always coming up with something interested to write about.
Okay. So did you have any sort of like inspirations or any role models when you began to write in your younger years, like as an early teen and as a child?
Yeah, it's mainly a lot of Jamaican artists.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I was a kind of Sanchez type of girl, and there's this time when I was like in love with like Bob Marley music, and I was always doing like a Sanchez and Bob Marley and Beanie Man, Bunty Killer, all of those artists back then I really had liked. And then I start working towards the newer version of the music and like the creativity of the new artists now,
Okay.
Yeah.
So what would you describe your sound as now that you grew up with like that sort of Caribbean reggae sort of roots and now your style has evolved and changed? How would you describe your sound?
I think it's unique. It's unique. I would say it's not straight like, Jamaican dancehall, or it's not like reggae music. I just think it's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
And how long have you been you said that you started like singing and making music when you came to America. Mm-hmm. How long have you really been taking it seriously?
Well, it's on and off. Life has struggles, and I've been trying to put out my music for over 10 years now, and based on life struggles, relationships, it was just always like a fight in between trying to do it. Okay. And then I've been through like a hard place about a year and a half ago, 2021. With my relationship, and I decide, you know what, I'm not going to make anything else stop me from putting out my music. I'm going to be releasing music now, and I start putting out one and another one, and last summer I decided to just drop my first music single called Hot Summer.
Amazing.
And yes, and it was fun.
Yeah?
Yes.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. I really like that. As a singer as well, I've also performed and written for years and years and years, and I've always seen myself as more like a performer, but I've decided as well, I'm like, you know what is stopping me from recording and like dropping some, music, hits. Yes. So I'm there with you. I'm really excited for you and that journey. It feels like a different a different kind of the creative process, you know. So
Yes.
it's really cool.
It was fun dropping my second single as well. It was I'm a Scorpio, so it was released on my birthday in November. It was just fun because I think I get to express the love inside of me in All Over My Body song. You know, it's not necessary who I am necessarily, but I'm a kind of a lover. So I was happy to put that one in.
Yeah.
Before I come up with my plenty songs that I have.
Okay. And have you released music videos to go with your singles?
Not yet, actually. We're working on the song, the music video for All Over My Body. We're working on that one. So we dropped the music first, and then I'm like, you know what? This song is too hot. So I'm going to be actually making the music video for this one. So we're working on it. It's going to come soon.
Okay. That's exciting.
I'm excited.
Okay. So who would you say, I mean, you mentioned that some of the artists that you mentioned earlier were like who influenced your writing style. What about as an artist now and as a performer? Would you say that anyone has influenced like the style that you've evolved?
Yes, I would say sometime I really sit and listen. Female artists, actually. I really like the versatility of Jada Kingdom. She's really versatile, and I love the way she kind of cross over her music, and sounds like it's well put together. So I admire that. And sometimes I would just be like, that's a good, you know, look for me to kind of head in that direction. And Steph London as well. She has a lot of ones that I admire, and I just, you know, it just gives me a lot of drive to put a lot more effort into some, you know, topics that I have. Yeah.
So what do you find yourself writing about?
I write about life, you know, blessings. Yes, and I write about what do I write about? Love, you know, because as I said before, I'm a lover, so I write about love, realistic things, you know, realistic things. You know, basically goals and achievements of others. I write about that as well. You know, I actually just write a song called Champion. I think I was telling the guy here about it, and it's because someone that is really, really a good role model to a lot of people had inspired me to write that song. So
awesome.
I hope we could work on it together.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah.
So what about outside of music? What are do you have like creative endeavors? I know that you work in the therapy industry. But I don't know, I get the feeling that you're like a really creative person. I'm like what else is there? Tell me.
Well, I am. Actually, I am a master body worker. So what that is I'm a recovery therapist. So I help a lot of people every day out of major pain and injury. It's actually one of the most achieving things I've ever decided to do. And I've just put smile on every, you know, faces every day. And, you know, when I could change lives, it makes a big difference, you know. So, and I just decided that I want to teach now. So I am about to release a course, and that course is teaching my craft and to everyone that is willing to train to help others, you know. So that will be released in about 3 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's like such a worthy cause to be able to help other people learn to help other people. Like
That's
it's just
correct.
like giving, you know?
Yes.
The impact that maybe you'll never know. You won't know how much of an impact you make, but
yes.
That's awesome.
Yes, I think that was one of my main calling. I mean, my clients are always saying that it's a healing hands, but I think it's a calling for me to help a lot of, because I've been changing lives, you know. And it's very touching, the amount of lives I've changed. So the course that I'm about to release online for sale will have a lot of clients' testimonials in there as well
Awesome.
to, you know, so the world could know their story, you know.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So how long has it taken you to develop your course?
It's still in the process. It's about done. We started about a month and a half ago, and it's almost done. Yeah.
Okay, wow.
Different parts of it, videos and chapters. Yeah.
I've heard that it can take a long time, and you really have to dig deep into yourself to create a course, because
Yes.
it not only is it vulnerable for you because you're like pulling out something that you've learned that's inside you,
Yes.
but then you also have to think about how will other people receive it, and,
That's
and will
right.
they understand? So that's really impressive.
Yes. So thankfully, I have a friend that is just there behind me. She said, "You work so much, so let me help you." So she's here. I want to say shout out to Kui. She's my friend. So
Okay.
she's been, I put the head together and be like, hey, here we go. We got to jump on it right now. So
Yeah.
thankfully, I have someone to kind of help me put together the course as well. I have the knowledge. She put it on paper.
Yeah. Awesome. That's so cool to hear. Well, I'm really, really excited for that to come out later this year.
Yeah.
What are your other 2023 goals and plans, music-wise, performance-wise?
The music for me is very important. I want to just launch my music to a higher level. I want to just take my music to a real high level to make the world know that I am very talented in that way. So I just want to just explore my different choices of, performing, going to different shows, building an audience, building a fan base, that's a big goal.
Yeah.
So I want to just build my fan base and make the world know that I'm versatile and I could do a lot more than what it seems like, Yeah.
And okay, this is a question that I've been meaning to ask other artists, but I've forgotten up until now. So I finally get to ask you. Okay, so if you could share a playbill, a concert like roster with 3 other artists, living artists. No. Let's up the ante. Dead or alive. 3 artists, dead or alive. Who would you love to share a poster and be able to play on the stage with?
So there's a Jamaican artist. He's kind of a lover too, Dexter Dop.
Okay.
And his name is Dexter Dop. And I would like to really probably share a stage with him because we have like similar personalities, not necessarily like the same, but we kind of think alike, I think,
Okay.
And so that's one. You want 3, right?
Yep. So go on.
Let me see. Nicki Minaj.
Oh,
I
that'd
really
be
love
cool.
Her. Yes,
Okay.
I love her.
She's not Jamaican, right?
No.
Oh no,
She's
Trinidadian.
Trinidad. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Or I think so. Or yeah. I think so.
Okay.
And let me see. I want to see. And Burna Boy.
That'd be a great a great one-day festival, actually.
know.
I could see that. You headlining, of course.
Yes.
Fancy on the top.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. What about if you could record a track with any other artist ever? Like anyone.
Afrobeat, definitely Burna Boy.
Okay.
Jamaican, I would say, there's a lot of the Jamaican artists I would like to probably do record a track with. I like Massacre. I like Dexter Dop. Let me see. I like, there's a good amount. Octane, he's really not, as big but he's big.
Okay.
And let me see. What else I want to say? Chronics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting. What would you say, or how would you say that being a musician, a creative in America, but being also a Jamaican musician, creative in America, how would you say that that upbringing in that kind of music and style has influenced you, or what? How do I ask this? I would like what positives would you say that it is brought to your career here?
The positive that brought to my career here is just basically my upbringing, you know, my culture actually.
Yeah.
We just fun people. You know, the positive side is that we fun. We never like to be bored. Most Jamaicans that I know, we just like to have a little spice. You know, so we just don't like to be sitting around, and we multitask a lot. We just don't be like, okay, there is a few that don't do that, but most, 90% of the achieving Jamaicans, they're just multitasking. We not just putting the eggs in one basket, you know, and be like, okay, we're relaxed, we're comfortable right there. We never get comfortable. I never get comfortable. If I'm not achieving, it's a problem.
Right, right. You know what? I also feel that I sometimes think I'm like, man, like I think I'm a really competitive person.
Yes.
But that's not a bad thing.
Yes.
I mean, it also means that you often have really big dreams, like, you know, to always be working.
Yes. And as of now, I'm not known yet in my country as a big artist, but it's going to become a time when I want to share it with my people as well. Because I love my island. It's amazing. It's just amazing being a Jamaican.
Yeah.
You know, I'm happy to be a Jamaican.
Yeah. Yeah, as an Australian, also from an island per se, I'm proud of being Australian. Yeah. It's a cool thing to be from a piece of land on the planet that has its totally own culture within its walls, and it's not like attached to anything else per se. It's just like its own little pocket. So I get that. That's really cool.
Yes, it's an amazing thing to have actually culture.
Yeah. So how would you imagine your like homecoming show when you've become more of an artist in Jamaica, when you're known there? Like, how would you imagine the concert being?
Oh my God. It's just gonna be, I probably would cry. You know, I probably would cry on that day because I'm going to be like, oh, I've been trying this for years and the time has finally come, you know. Yeah. And, you know, in spite of all the bumps and the lumps, I finally made it, you know. So I probably would cry and everybody would see me crying and makeup all over the place. Yes, I probably would be like, oh my God, please someone wipe my tears or something.
Yeah.
It's going to be excited though. It's going to be really excited. Yeah. I want to be known by my island, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people,
home.
Yes, a lot of people there know me and they know me as fancy. They know me as for different things, and some know me for music too, but I just want to be known by the whole island, you know.
As Fancy Face.
Yes, Fancy Face music. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Interesting. So what do you think about how do you feel about the Atlanta music scene?
Love it, actually. Okay. I really love it. Everyone down here, when it comes on to music, there's so much talent here. There's so much artists. There's so much people that actually they're trying.
Really working hard.
I just love the underdogs. Yeah, the underdogs are coming up, and I really love it. It's hard for artists, and that's why, you know, I do music because I love it, and I do music and work as well because when you're focusing on music only and you're not getting the buzz that you need, it could take time. So it's good to have something else in place while you're doing music, you know, and not dependent solely on the music.
Absolutely.
So if I would say anything to like most of the artists here, I love their creativity and I love everything that they're doing, but I would suggest that they have something else while they're doing music.
Right.
To kind of really have their life going.
Yeah,
in a
absolutely.
positive way.
Yeah. I mean, you can be sold out to the music, but it's tough. It's a really, really hard life to be sold out to the music. Yes. I was just talking with a guest about that a week ago. You have to buckle up because it's going to be a rough, tough ride. And maybe not always, and maybe there'll be, you know, there always comes a better day, I like to believe, but like it's a tough life. It is.
Yes, it is. It is. And I don't mind doing it until I'm old, you know?
Me too. Yeah.
I don't mind doing it. I love music and I don't mind doing it. It's just that it's more waste of I would say, talent in other areas if you just focus on just the music.
Right.
You know,
right.
there's so much things that we could do outside of the music, and then always the music is never going anywhere. That's your dream. Your talent is just going to be here. You just have to push and then try to achieve in different ways as well. Because it might take a time sometimes.
Right.
Yeah.
And just keep believing, keep believing, keep believing.
Yeah.
Well, before we wrap up this interview, I would love if you could share where to find you on social media, where to find you on streaming platforms with our audience so that they can go and follow you and support you.
Well, everywhere is Fancy Face Music. I need you guys to go and follow my IG. Well, that one is too. I just created a new page. It's Official Fancy Face Music.
Okay.
So Official Fancy Face Music. And then my page, the current one that I'm on right now, is Fancy_Face Music. So it's always Fancy Face. It's always Fancy Face
Those
Music.
two go together.
Those two goes together. Fancy_Face Music. Well, on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, it's Fancy Face Music. Fancy Face Music.
Fancy Face Music everywhere.
Yes,
on all
everywhere.
platforms. You can find it streaming on all platforms now.
That's right.
Perfect. Well, I've been really, really blessed and honored to be able to chat with you. I'm really looking forward to the new music that'll be coming out this year and the music videos that are going to drop at some point later this year.
It's going to be hot.
That's really,
it's gonna
really
be
awesome.
fire.
Yes, I cannot wait for that. I love some good women empowerment stuff, so I'm really excited for the music to come out.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming along.
All right.
And if you are an artist who is somewhere in the Atlanta area or the wider Georgia area and you'd like to come and be an artist here on our podcast, we'd love to hear from you. You can find us at Vision One Media ATL on Instagram, on Facebook. You can watch these videos on YouTube. We also have our website, Vision One Media, and we'd love to hear from you. We'd love to have you involved. We'd love to work with you, collaborate with you. So make sure you go and check us out, and we hope you guys have a great week. Thank you so much for tuning in.